A key feature of both ZotGPT Creator and ZotGPT ClassChat is something known as the knowledge priority section. For ZotGPT Creator, you can get to it by going to the Knowledge tab of an assistant that you've made and scrolling down to the bottom. You'll see this little bar chart graphic. In ZotGPT ClassChat, you can get to it by going into the advanced settings of an activity that you've created and scrolling down past the system prompt and model choice down to the bottom, and you'll see the knowledge priority section. Now, what is the knowledge priority section? Think of it this way. Your AI assistant has an allocated amount of token space that it can use to work with whatever information you give it. What kinds of information can you give it? Well, you're going to give it things like your system prompt. Your system prompt are the raw instructions that you give to your assistant of exactly what it is designed to do. Another thing that you're going to give your assistant is potentially some uploaded files like PDFs or Word documents. In the case of Creator, you can also give it websites. It'll pull in that information and use that as a point of reference when it's responding to users. That information can also be chat messages. When you send a message to the assistant, it's going to remember that in its memory as the conversation continues. Lastly, you may give users the opportunity to upload files. So maybe if you're using ClassChat and you have an activity where students actually upload some work that they have done into the ClassChat activity, that may be an example where you're going to have user uploads. Now, all of these different activities take some amount of the AI assistant's brain space, if you will, to work through. And the knowledge priority section basically instructs the AI which things it should focus on. Because at the end of the day, it only has so much context space that it has to work within. So, for both Creator and ClassChat, you can adjust this by clicking on the Reprioritize button. When you do this, you will see that this becomes interactive and you can actually adjust the values by clicking and dragging. You can't adjust the first one, uploaded content, but you will see that as I move these, that one automatically changes its position. So you can adjust where it will focus its attention by dragging these three. Now, what is the ideal amount of context to give to each of these four categories? Well, it really depends upon your use case. It depends on what the assistant is designed to do. If you are creating a general purpose AI assistant that's designed to just answer questions about knowledge that you've uploaded into its knowledge base, then I would recommend you give as much priority to uploaded content as possible. So that would mean let's lower the system prompt context. I would say 10% or even 5% is typically going to be enough for most system prompts. If you anticipate that users are going to upload any files as part of their interactions, then I would say keep this at maybe 15 to 20%, and then the rest can go into chat messages so it has that chat history available to it. If, however, you think that users probably won't upload files, that they will probably just chat with the chatbot, then of course you can lower user uploads and give more space for the uploaded content. And for chat messages, it really just comes down to, well, is this an assistant where you think folks will have long conversations? Or do you think folks will go there, ask a question, get an answer, and then move on? If it's going to be that kind of a use case, then we could lower chat messages as well. And you can see that if we lower all three of these, then a huge amount of the priority has been given to the uploaded content. That might be preferable for your use case, but maybe you have a use case where the users actually upload a lot of files. If that's the case, then we definitely want to crank this one up. So ultimately, it really just depends upon what your particular use case is. But I would say as a general rule, system prompt Usually 5%, maybe 10% if you have a very large system prompt, but even 5% is probably more than enough for most people's system prompts. Chat messages, again, depends upon how long you think the conversations will be. If you think they'll be longer, go ahead and turn that one up a bit. If you think that there'll be short interactions, you can safely turn it down. And then chat content user uploads. Once again, if you think users are going to upload files, go ahead and turn this up. I would say maybe no more than 20%, although perhaps you're having them upload a bunch of content, in which case maybe you turn this one way up and have uploaded content way low. Again, it all depends upon your use case. So that is an important consideration just to bear in mind as you work with building your AI assistants.